Bill O Brien was the head coach that set me off a couple of weeks ago. Now he was asked if he would resign by a reporter after another losing season, and Bill O'Brien was defiant.
I will never quit as the head football coach of the Houston Texans, ever. All I'm worried about is this team and this coaching staff. That's really all I really care about.
Does it make your job harder when this stuff keeps swirling around?
Not really. I'm in there grinding, watching tape. Got to come in here and answer the questions. And like I said, I'll never resign as the head football coach of the Houston Texans. So, that's basically where that's at. And I don't know where I didn't even read the story, was told about it a little bit. So I'm not sure where they come from. I think probably the best thing to do would be to ask the person who wrote it. Wouldn't that be the smartest thing to do? To ask the person who wrote it where they get their info.
Source.
Well, why don't you, what is a source? What is your source? I don't know where those things come from.
It comes from sources. I don't even know what is a source. Well, a source is a human being that is assumed to have inside information, that shares that information anonymously. That is what a source is, just so you know, Bill. But what we don't realize is that Bill is not a quitter. B.O.B. is not going to quit on his team because he is guided by a guiding light, something deep down inside of him, a part of him. He is guided by the butt chin. And he knows he can't just up and quit on a team because his butt chin would never let him forget it. He would never be forgiven by the butt chin. The butt chin is like an oracle of wisdom, of integrity. The butt chin has all of the acumen of Tom Landry, along with the motivational tactics of Vince Lombardi, along with the X's and O's brilliance of Bill Belichick. The butt chin is where all of the magic happens for Bill O'Brien, and it would never let him quit as coach of the Texans.
Well, why don't you, what is a source? What is your source?
What is a source anyway? I mean, I know the source of my magic is my butt chin, but outside of that, what's amazing is that Bill O'Brien has been so perfectly average as head coach of the Texans. And he's been the offensive guy, the offensive coordinator / play caller / quarterback guy. And the Texans have routinely won based on their defense and nothing else. Now, this wasn't an easy season. Look, you lose J.J. Watt, you lose Deshaun Watson. Those are injuries that no coach should be expected to overcome and overcome well. But it's funny, Deshaun Watson burst upon the scene. He didn't even start week one. He set the world on fire, set the league on fire for a month, and then got injured. I got to tell you, watching Deshaun Watson, at no point did I go, well, it's a good thing he's using the tutelage of Bill O'Brien here, because that's what put him at the next level. You can just kind of see that Deshaun Watson was just doing what Deshaun Watson has always done because he's an amazing player, not because of some type of tutelage or mentoring from Bill O'Brien. I don't think it's fair necessarily to grade out Bill O'Brien on what could be a 4-12 year this year because you lose your starting quarterback, you lose your star defensive player, and all hell is going to break loose anyway. But Bill O'Brien will never be much more than a 9-7 coach because he's just not that great of a coach. And he's also created a totally negative atmosphere and vibe around that franchise. And I'll also say that Bill O'Brien says I would never quit as head coach of the Texans. But let me tell you this. If let's say Bill Belichick announces after the Super Bowl, I'm walking away. That's it. I've had it. I'm done. 6 championships is enough. I'm riding off into the sunset. And the New England Patriots reached out and said, Bill, you were our former offensive coordinator. We want to bring you in to replace Bill Belichick. Bill O'Brien would leave in a heartbeat. I mean, he wouldn't even have to wait to hear what the butt chin said to him. So he says, I would never quit as coach of the Texans. No, I don't buy that. If you would leave for a better job. We all know coaches do this all the time. They say, I would never quit. And that just means you better fire me. If you want me out of here, you better fire me. Or if I get a really good job, then I would quit. I'm not going to resign because it's going bad, but I might resign if I get a better job.